If you ever wonder what a chef cooks for his family on a normal weeknight, keep on watching. Just because I'm not in a commercial kitchen doesn't mean I don't like cooking a great meal, especially for my family. Let's make some pork chops for my family. These right here are the same pork chops I used in my first YouTube video. I'll be making pork chops al pastor over a corn risotto. But with these, I'll be making more of a French accent. Growing up in the South, apples and pork chops are a big thing. They're also used in a lot of French cuisine. Usually we use black pepper, but I'm gonna opt out and use red pepper for this recipe. The red peppercorn will be slightly more sweet and it'll also have some floral notes. All right, go ahead and salt it some more. Good job. I love using kosher coarse salt. I have a much better feel for it. Good job, bubs. All right, let's go put this in our dry ager. You want to have it rest for at least an hour. That's going to allow the seasonings to really penetrate the meat. Right, so for this, I'm going to use this knife right here. I chose this knife mainly because of carrots. Carrots are going to be a strong vegetable, and with that, you need a strong knife. The caveat with that is that you won't be able to get smooth, thin cuts. But luckily for this recipe, you won't need that. You want to give these steak pans at least a minute to heat up. This is a French-inspired dish, so you are going to use a good amount of butter. Quality butter will make a big difference. During the summer, Honeycrisp apples are crisp and sweet. This will be cooking on low and slow the whole evening until it's ready. This is going to make a great sauce for the pork chops. Cooking carrots with ginger is a game changer, and I'm going to show you how to do it. These are slightly thicker than I want them to, so I'm cutting them in half to get a nice sear all around. Water and vinegar can sanitize, but this is mainly to neutralize the smell and get the flavors off the cutting board. The carrots are going to have some crunch to it, so I want the broccoli to be more on the softer side without being overcooked. For this, I need the florets to be small. Pans with a heavy bottom like cast iron will distribute heat much better. Even though I'm only using 6 garlic cloves, you can use much more if you want. You want to be churning this constantly so it doesn't burn at the bottom. The broccoli is going to eat up your oil, so use a healthy one. I'm using olive oil. The red pepper flakes will add some spice, but it's more for flavor. And stir. Whenever you see the apples and onions start turning dry, you want to add a little bit of butter to it. Cooking them on a dry pan will make them dry out faster and burn. I did say we're going to use a good amount of butter. Ginger skin's very thin. You can use a knife or even a spoon to peel it off. A simple way to get your ginger into the carrots is to grate it in there, and you want to cook it at low heat. And keep on stirring. Everything. You want to add your garlic after the broccoli has been cooked for a little bit. Carrots can have an earthy flavor to them. To complement that, I like using thyme. A little bit of sugar will help with that also, but you can't let it burn. So stir constantly, just like everything else. Cooked carrots could sit well in the warmer, so you can make these well beforehand. I'm washing it off because of the added sugar. If not, the pan will smoke up with high heat. And I've already set the fire alarm off a couple of times. Now that our pork chops have been seasoning for about an hour, they are perfect and ready to be grilled. If I'm cooking with high heat, I'm using avocado oil. It has a much higher smoking point. To give us a better sear, we want to add some weight to it. Our goal right now is to get some color on the pork chop and some flavor on the pan. To get that, you want to sear it for 2 minutes on each side. Those look beautiful. To the way. These are fully cooked, but we have a nice sear. But we'll finish cooking them off in the sauce. This is what we want. It's very important to make sure the burner is off whenever you add your brandy. To tie the sauce into the dish, I'm going to finish cooking the apple and the onion in the pan. Adding more and more water to it slowly. The baking soda is going to help break everything down very nicely. Oh yeah, and don't forget to stir. Having the pork chops finish cooking inside the sauce is going to add a lot of flavor to it. And now it's time to plate, but I'll use a fancy camera for this. This is a family dinner, so you are going to hear my family in the background. The broccoli is going to be soft, so you want something to help form it. The carrots give a nice color that really make it pop. This is what we want. I'm gonna blend this up to make it more saucy. I'm not gonna lie, this looked good in my head, but now that I'm seeing it, there's no contrast and it looks kind of ugly. So I'm gonna replate it. This time though, I'm gonna put the sauce at the bottom. That way it doesn't cover up the beautiful pork chop. That's much better.
If you want to get more of us video, just subscribe to the channel for we can record more of cooking videos.
I like the bugs.
Make sure to like and subscribe.